Somebody yesterday mentioned, we hope that Kubernetes doesn't go down the OpenStack way and OpenStack is dead. Well, there are a lot of companies such as Walmart who really don't want to use public cloud services such as Amazon or Azure or any of the other cloud providers. Reason being, they want to have their data with them. So that is where private clouds come into play. And OpenStack is still relevant. Snapdeal locally does use it, along with a whole host of other startups and companies. This is a small talk on how the OpenStack community is growing using the newer things which are becoming popular, such as Kubernetes, Docker, containers, Cola, and various other monitoring tools which are in play. So here's how you can get involved in not only Docker, Kubernetes, but also in how private clouds are growing with OpenStack. So how do you get started? First drive, what do? Set up, well, VirtualBox, set up DevStack. It is a small set of scripts which get you started very quickly. You can have your own set of all core OpenStack services along with whatever you choose running on your laptop. There are links. If you want, I can share the PPT with you later onwards. There is a local.conf which you have to set up due to lack of time. I'll not get into the details. Then go into 3-node architecture. Have 3 nodes, compute, control, and storage, along with whatever services you want running on them. It is also, when I got started with this, whatever little knowledge I had on AWS or Azure, it helped me pick up OpenStack. And when I got deeper into this, it helped me learn these other services and what could be running in the back end, understanding them better. There are certain exercises you can do to get your OpenStack knowledge started. This is a basic architecture. For one of the older versions, it's still simpler as compared to what is there. You have the same set of core services that are present: Nova for compute, Neutron for networking, Keystone for identity, Glance for image services, Cinder and Swift for object storage, and some of the other projects which are present: Horizon for a dashboard, Heat for orchestration. You can explore. Now, finally, once you get started, once you know how to do it, how do you get started with the community contribution? Pick something where you already have knowledge. For example, if some of you all are really good at Kubernetes or Docker, there's projects for that. There's Cola. And if you're good at monitoring, there are a whole host of projects that are available. For example, I was good with monitoring, so I picked up Monasca and Aud, which is for alarms and monitoring respectively. Also, if you know somebody who can help you out, you can do that as well. I found a bunch of guys who were good with testing frameworks. So I picked up on Tempest, which is the testing framework, or of course, based on your area of interest, you can pick any of the hundreds of projects which are available, start working on them. The usual tools that are available: Gerrit is for code review and for repositories. GitHub, you find all the stable branches of OpenStack for all the various versions. Launchpad is where all the bugs and blueprints are put in. As you can see towards the right, there's report a bug and register a blueprint. Get started on it. You can ask a lot of questions on Launchpad as well. Stackalytics gives you on how each of us have contributed company-wise, person-wise, and you get points, and it's called as Heat, and it's available for 6 months. If you don't contribute, goes away. How do you actually get going? There are low-hanging fruits. There is a huge community. You can reach out to them on IRC, on Slack, ask them for whatever little help you want, and people will respond. There's an emailer list, and you can get started with any of these things. Low-hanging fruits. You find something wrong in documentation. All the documentation, all the wikis have a small bug icon. Click on them. You can raise a bug. People will respond. You find a question with any of the documentation, you can start off on that as well. You can raise bugs on code. You can look at other code reviews. You can do your code commits, of course, and submit blueprints for whatever new feature you want. You want a certain feature of, you want to start a project on Prometheus, you can submit a blueprint on how to use Prometheus as one of the monitoring solutions for OpenStack. And of course, get involved in the larger community. As I mentioned, you have a lot of support. There's IRC chat. There are weekly meetings. You can ask questions on Launchpad. There are project team gatherings every 6 months, completely only for developers, no sales, no other stuff. It's only developers meeting together, hacking our brains to see how we can grow this community, how we can grow the various projects, and OpenStack summits as well. There's one happening in November. There's other resources and links for the latest release, stable release, which is Pike Rocky is what we are working on. You can get started on GitHub. That's all. Any questions, anything, you can reach out to me on Twitter or on LinkedIn as well. With that, I hope along with the rest of the community projects, OpenStack, which is one of the larger community projects, we can grow it together. You all have any questions, anything, you all can reach out to me. Thanks.